Hey guys, and welcome back to AzuruPlays Coffee Talk. Today we're playing the 29th of September. It's a new date, so here's the newspaper. Who vows to stop major hospitals selling furry sedatives illegally? Coachella 2020, 10 reasons why you should go. Sports tournament in space might only be a few decades away. I wonder who's going to turn up. Ooh, it's Hyde and Gala. Okay, before we continue, I just want to read the story for today. So, a stray boy and a lonely cat. Midnight, the boy arrives at his home. The ticking sound of the cooling engine fills the dark, empty garage, followed by the scrape of the rusty metal door being forcefully closed. He leaves the garage, and there she is, waiting for him to come back home. She always waits in the same spot, always around the same time. The boy always smiles when he sees her. Meow. The cat calls the boy, demanding the treatment she always receives from him every night, in the same spot, around the same time. He laughs quietly as he walks up to join her. You've been waiting for me, haven't you? Here, come here, he says the boy to the cat while he pets her fur. The cat purrs loudly and refuses to stand still. She dances around him, stands tall on 2 feet and rubs her head against his shins, and shares her affection while enjoying their nightly routine. Suddenly, the boy decides that the interaction is enough for the day. He stands up, walks away from her, and closes his door. The cat understands. The time for the day is up. They both return to their own lives. The boy did not give the cat something to eat, and the cat did not sleep next to him to help him relax. For she was not his, and he was not hers. Oh, that's like bittersweet. Like, I don't know. I think it's weird that the guy would pet her and like she would always come around, but there was like no commitment kind of thing. Especially if you're like very fond of the cat. I think maybe it's like the start of him picking her up, like adopting her. I've also realised I say like a lot, so that's something I really need to cut out. I've been kind of consciously trying not to say the word like, so I'm sorry if I do. Anyways, continuing, let's get on with it. He really never changed. I know, but it was surprisingly nice catching up with people from back then. Thank you for forcing me to do it. Don't mention it. Hey, Emma, I'd like to order again. The usual. Back to the experiment? Yes. I think the last one was the remedy, but there's no harm in checking out some other combinations. Alright, you know what to do. Oh, so he's letting me experiment, I guess? So we do tea and he's ginger. Tea. Let's go with that. See if we get something new. Try this. Thank you. Let's see if he likes it. I'm sorry, but this doesn't taste anything like what I asked for. Pardon for the mistake. Never mind. What about you, Mr. Hyde? Would you like to order anything else? I'm good for now. I couldn't help overhearing you both, but it sounds like you two go way back. We do, I guess. He was my bodyguard. Oh? You didn't you meet here? Ah, then this was the bar. What happened exactly? He was getting his ass kicked by a couple of dwarves. Ugh, those 2 bastards. It wasn't a pretty sight, so I intervened. And vampire is supposed to be, tough? Just because I'm a vampire doesn't mean I know kung fu. Besides, I've had a couple of drinks. I could have taken them both if I was sober. A couple? Really? You were trashed, Hyde. You told them I was your bodyguard. Wait, were you not his bodyguard? Not at the time. We didn't even know each other. But because of that whole fiasco, we both got kicked out. And then this wasted vampire stuck to me. Like, well, to a blanket. Obviously, he was too drunk to drive. So I hailed a cab. Turns out he was also too drunk to tell the driver where he lived. And I was stuck with him until the morning. Thanks for not leaving me there on the street, Gala. Those drawers would have killed me. Who were they? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but it was possible they may have had ties to the mafia, and I may have lost some of their money on the stock market. A lot of their money. Yikes. They wanted me to launder their dirty money, so I decided to screw them over instead. Yeah, over what they were talking about before the fight started. I knew Howard was innocent, that's why I helped him. He might be an annoying asshole, but he's not a thief. What a stroke of luck, the universe sending me a guardian angel in my time of need. So the next morning, I offered him a job as my bodyguard for real. After all the trouble you caused me the night before. Hey, I only took you to breakfast. Don't tell me that it counted for nothing. I have to say, it wasn't my proudest moment. I was broke. Breakfast was an offer I couldn't refuse. It was the late 60s, mind you. It wasn't easy finding a job, especially for people like me. Werewolves? War veterans. Ah, I see. How did you go from working as a bodyguard to working in the hospital gala? Well, when he was working with me, I noticed. I'd prefer if you skip that part. I'm sorry, but I don't want to go into any details about it. It's alright. Forgive me for asking. I don't mind telling you the quick and dirty version. Long story short, he helped me with something, let's say, something from my past. Thanks to that help, I found a new purpose in life, helping other people live. Of course, it's not easy for a veteran werewolf to become a nurse or doctor. That's why I chose hospital admin instead, so you could say I owe this guy my life. Thanks to stubborn persistence in helping me when I needed it. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I didn't expect such a tale from you. I know. Anyway, Emma, I'd like to order something now. What would you like? Can you make a tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time? You lot. Warm and cool. Warm and cool. A tea-based drink. No, so you want that. That's not a bad combo. That's the same drink I made him, but he didn't like that. I would go for that. Let's try different with the ginger mint. No, tea, mint, ginger. Alright, let's do it. Mint ginger tea. Here's your order. Oh, I hope it's good. Exactly what I wanted. Score! By the way, it feels like this place is missing something today. Yeah, I haven't seen it today. Ah, speak of the devil. Hello, good people. And one vampire. It's good to see you too. Freya. By the way, we were just talking about you. Oh, really? What about me? I was just surprised that you weren't here. Is that how you pick up girls young enough to be your granddaughter? That won't work on me. I have no interest in flirting with you. I've got high standards, you know. You look so tired, Freya. Hard day at work? How could you tell? Call it werewolf senses. Right. I showed Emma my draft and actually got some good feedback. That's good to hear. Glad I could help. So I spent the whole day rewriting stuff. And I also did some stories for the paper. Overall, it was a good day. That's good to hear. But please don't forget to take a break. It's easy to get carried away by work when you're on a roll. Will do, sir. And speaking of hospitals, how's your hospital admin life going? That's not even a word, Freya. Actually, I'm not even sure what you even do there. It's pretty boring to talk about. But mostly I handle operational stuff happening in the hospital. Things like how much a specialist costs and how much it affects our income. I also deal with patients and their families. If they require intensive care such as operations, I go through what we do and how much it would cost them. Kind of like the biz there for people's lives, right? You could say that. Damn, that sounds complicated and hard. That's why I'm suited for the job. Someone who gets very emotionally attached to the patients would find this job pretty tough. Whereas heartless people, like my friend here, only see it from a business perspective. Good point. Why do people rarely talk about your kind of job? I guess most people don't really notice we exist or think about the necessity of it. Exactly, it's an interesting job, yet no one talks about it. Maybe most admins are just like me. We rarely talk about work outside of the hospital. Why? For me, I just don't find any reason to. It's the patient's personal lives anyway. Such professionalism and loyalty. You should keep hold of that mindset, especially in front of this lady here. You. he needs to be a little less loyal though. Alright. You've been doing this job for a while, right? Almost 50 years now. Whoa, I did not know that. Wait, 50 years in the same position? Uh-huh. Holy, ask for a promotion, man. They keep offering me positions, mostly managerial. Take it. Not interested. Why? It's not something I want. Besides, as I've told you before, I fit perfectly in this position. But the salary must be better if you take the promotion, right? Of course. But what I get at the moment is more than enough for me right now. And I still get raises while I'm doing this job. I really can't figure you out. That's Gala for you. Anyway, my shift's starting soon. It was nice catching up with the both of you. Are you going to stay hide? Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the vibe. I'm still enjoying the vibes here. I'll see you in a few weeks, I guess. Yep. Safe trip. See you around, Emma. And you, Freya. See you. Take care on your way. You know, it's kind of hard to believe someone like Gala would be your best friend. We were just talking about that before you arrived. Oh, really? Man, I missed an interesting story. So, how'd you guys meet? Seriously, I have to retell the story. Yes. Come on, you're not going anywhere, right? Ugh. Alright then. We met in this place back when it was a bar. Whoa! I never knew Gala used to be in the army. I mean, he's got the build to be on the front line. Still though, why did he make the jump from, how should I say this, a very physical job to medic? Well, he's not comfortable talking about it right now. But you know why, right? Are you trying to squeeze the story from me? Obviously. He doesn't want to talk about it. That's him, not you. Seriously, Freya? Come on. I won't get into the details, but going to all, it messes with your head. Oh. You see why Gala doesn't want to talk about it, huh? I don't get it, but it must be difficult, especially back then. The only thing he was confident in was his strength, so he only ever did work that relied on his muscle. That wouldn't help him get over his trauma though, right? Of course not, but it was the only thing he could do. Or at least it's the only thing he thought he could. So you hired him for his muscle? Hey, I didn't know all about that all that time. That just came out in a kerfuffle. It was a bit, that's what it sounded like. Besides, he's good at being a bodyguard. And we weren't that close yet, so no personal feelings. I needed his strength, and then I got to be interested in him. Interested? I think he's a cool person, that's all. So after a few months, I noticed his problem. I suggested he talked about it with someone, seek help, but which he refused. No surprises there, but I kind of pushed him to do it. How? It's complicated. Eventually, he did go to get professional help, and of course, I have no idea what happened in his therapy sessions, but in the end, he found a new purpose in his life. He quit working for me, and not so long after he started working at the hospital, and he's been Oh, astronaut man. Good evening, everyone. Oh boy, good evening. It's nice to see you again. We are also glad to see you, Barrister. By the way, I didn't catch your name the last time you visited. Do you have a name? Name? We sure have. On Earth, please call us Neil. Oh, nice. We've got an achievement too. Called We Are All Friends. Neil? Yes. Neil. Oh, I'd say Neil. Niall. Neil. I think Neil. Is that your real name? Oh, of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, we do not really need trivial things like names to interact. But what we have learnt here, it seems that the name Neil has a lot of association with Earthling efforts in intergalactic exploration. Neil Armstrong? Okay. I'm starting to doubt myself when I say people's names now. Oh, I get what you mean. I believe we did not meet the last time we were here. I saw you from afar when you left the coffee shop a few days ago. So, hello, my name is Freya. You could say I'm a regular here. And you, sir? Hyde. Oh, you come here often? For someone who doesn't live in Seattle, yeah. Ooh, so you're not from around here. Neither are we. Where'd you come from? Far away? By far away, you mean a few thousand miles or more? More. Much more. More to the point that your strange calculation system means nothing. That sounds far away indeed. What are you doing in Seattle? And do all of your kind dress like this? Oh, this? We choose this appearance based on the image we saw. When we first arrived... Image? Ah! The Arumi Gendry album cover. No wonder you look familiar. As for what we are doing, this place is the perfect spot to practice our communication skills with Earthlings. But before that, please let us order something from the barista. What do you want to drink tonight? The usual. That is how you say it, right? Yes? Yes. So, anything? Yes, we won't be able to taste the difference anyway. You really can't taste anything? Yes. What if I can brew a drink that can make you feel something? Interesting premise, but we doubt you'll be able to do that. Challenge accepted. Please surprise us. Ooh, something that will make them feel something. I am thinking if we give them something like... something warm? It's a new drink. A cup of anything is ready for you. Thank you. What the... Interesting. What are you doing? Drinking? That's how they drink. Ooh, boy. You are one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment, yes? Normally, yes. But you can't be so sure with Freya. That definitely was the highest form of compliment. What are you, Neil? Us? We are travelers. Doing our job in the space you call Milky Way. What kind of job? We are tasked with the mission to spread our seeds. You're really here to find a date? All the way from a galaxy far, far away? Wow! It turns out pervs exist everywhere in the universe. Feeling attacked, old man? Not really. You have a valid point. We do not understand, but we are glad we can make you laugh. Oh, the pleasure was mine. If I may ask, why do you have to be with us? We are sorry, but that is classified information. Oh man. Well, how's the mission going so far? We cannot say it's going well. I'm not surprised. With how quirky and unique you are, not many women can handle that. Can you handle them though? Me? I don't know, what do you think? You're a pretty adventurous girl. I wouldn't be surprised if you decided to go on a date. Or maybe go further. If it got you a good story. Oh, you're not offended by that? No, in the slightest. You're wrong though. I'd go on a date with them, but I don't like to sleep around. Really? To be honest, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I get that a lot. People often mistake me for someone who gets around a lot. Excuse me, miss? From what we gather, does it mean you're willing to breed with us in exchange for our stories? Wow. No wonder your mission isn't going so well. I don't mind going out with you for a drink or dinner in exchange for stories, but I only sleep with someone I'm serious about. But our mission is serious. It's not that. Either you'll have to be my boyfriend or husband if you want to sleep with me. We have heard those terms before. Let us check them once again. There's some tension going on here. Are they looking at each other? Are they looking at the astronaut? Who knows? This is very strange. According to what we found, many Earthlings mate with one person exclusively for their entire lives. Yes, that's called commitment. Such a strange concept. Then why, with such rules, why do you still face overpopulation problems? Now that you mention it, we don't have enough control of ourselves, and those in charge don't always have enough control of us. Not to mention, some races live for a very, very long time. So, even though there are rules about having kids, and they can be strictly enforced, a lot of people still break them. We know Earthlings boast about the concept of free will, but we thought your kind also loved the concept of restraint and taking care of the planet. At least, that's what we gathered from the information network. Theoretically, that should be the case. But Earthlings are stupid. That's the easiest way to put it. We learnt so much today, but we have another question for Miss Freya. Ask away. How can we become your husband? First of all, I would suggest going step by step. Most of the time you start by dating. Boyfriends or girlfriends, you know? Before you can talk about marriage. Oh, okay. So, how can we become your boyfriend? You should start by asking her whether she's actually single. Understood. So, Miss Freya, are you single? Yes, I am single. Do you want to be our girlfriend? Now, the path to starting to date varies between people, but usually it takes some time before you want to commit yourself to someone. Wow, the breeding process on Earth is surely extremely complicated. It can be easier if you're a smooth talker, someone good at communication with others. That would be very challenging for us. Even after all that, making kids is still a totally different league. Most women prefer it if they're males or wear condoms. Condoms? Something to wear to prevent pregnancy. Why would they do the mating ritual if you do not want to have offspring? Pleasure? All this information is too much to process in one evening. So we talked about using condoms. Now, how do your kind have sex? Like seeing how you drink? A condom might be something you can't use at all. That's true. How do you do it? We are pretty flexible with that. But we can't tell you the details unless you agree to the mating ritual. I don't want to imagine how it's done, but you do not need to worry. We will not hurt anyone physically or mentally. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, especially the mental part. We did our research. We tried it on the testing object we made. It was proven. The mental capacity of Earthling is far more complicated than anything else on Earth, sir. Oh, we did not know that. Being born on Earth sounds very difficult. It is. I have to agree with that. Anyway, thank you so much for the information you've given us tonight. It means a lot for our mission. We have to report our findings to the base. How will you proceed with your mission with this newfound information? We're not sure yet. It is yet to be discussed after all. It was really nice talking with all of you. I feel like Freya and Hyde are like his parents, giving him the talk, telling him how to do things. Oh boy. You're welcome. We are off now. Bye. Take care on your way, sir. Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong sounds right. That was really something. Indeed. You said the first time they came here was for a date, right? But their date never came, and they mistook Miss Myrtle for their date. The game developer orc? Wow, I dread to think how that went. It was pretty awkward, but you can't be angry at such naivety. I guess so. By the way, has that young woman been back since I last spoke with her last time? You mean Miss Lua? Yeah, her. Oh, showing some concern now, are you? I'm just curious. No, I haven't seen her since then. But her boyfriend did come a few days ago, and Freya was being pretty nosy to the point that Mr. Gala joined the discussion. My, you really have a knack for starting trouble. Sadly, I have to agree with that. It's not easy to make Gala join a random conversation, unless it piques his interest, or it annoys him. I don't know how to react to that. Well, I need to catch a flight to Seoul tomorrow, so I'm off for the day. Oh, you're leaving Seattle so soon? Only for a week or so. I'll be back here sooner than you know. Oh well, it'll be a peaceful week then. Anyway, I need to get going as well. Thank you for letting me stay without ordering anything. I didn't even notice that. You really don't care about business. She didn't order anything, but she did attract people to the coffee shop. Heh, that's one way to put it. Anyway, Freya, do you want to share a cab? Thanks, but I'm riding my bike. Alright then, I'll see you around. Take care on your way, folks. And that is the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm intrigued what you guys think about Hyde and Freya being parents, like parents in quotation marks, of Neil. Oh god. Neil the Neil the astronaut? I want to stick with Neil. I'm like doubting myself like to no end. It's actually insane. Please make sure you tell me what you thought about the episode. Are you enjoying the game? I'd love to hear what you guys think. This game reminds me of another game on Switch called, it's like a coffee game, but it's like in a cyberpunk setting. I have also been planning to play that, but obviously Coffee Talk was the game that I decided to play first. There's also another game that's recently that came out like a month ago, and it's called it's by Togo Productions, and it's about their evil, like you being an evil character and like you're being rewarded for being evil. It's a strategy game. It's called I believe it's called, let me just double check, Necronator. So it's like a deck building game. I have yet to play it. I just haven't had the chance because I've just been a little bit preoccupied with personal matters. So I appreciate you all being patient, and maybe it will be uploaded on my second day, which is Friday now. So make sure if you haven't subscribed, you subscribe so that you're able to see when I post, and to check my Twitter out and make sure you follow me on that. And like the video if you like this kind of games and whether you're enjoying it, just to let me know what you guys think. And I shall see you all in the next episode of Coffee Talk.